Good evening, everybody. It's a pleasure to be here. Most of the people who live in this community have probably moved in the past 20 years. And when you ask your children, do you want any of my items? What do they say? Not much. I went on an appointment in Syosset, not too far from here. I walk in, and the second I walked in, I knew I was in trouble. The woman tells me my father was there about 20 years ago, and he offered her $10,000 for a bunch of figures that she had. So I said, okay, sounds good. And she's like, 20 years later, I'm sure it went up. So I'm like, okay. So I go to the basement, I start looking at the items, and I start sweating. The problem was these items were all carved ivory. 20 years ago, ivory was great. Not great because the poor elephants, but the market was good, you could sell it. So now I had to tell this poor woman that everything is worth nothing. So it was tough. I did ask her, I said, why didn't you sell it then? And she said, I knew my kids would want it. He promised when he got his house he was going to want it, and then he got it, he never took it. Moral of the story is, maybe you shouldn't wait so long. Talk to your kids, maybe talk to your parents, whatever it is, have the difficult conversations. And like I said, we're here to help. So even if you're not selling it, get an idea of the number, maybe reinsure it. I have a lady in Manhattan insured her jewelry for $1 million. It's worth 200 grand. The price of the insurance is going to end up being more than the jewelry itself. So, the items that are not so saleable anymore. First thing, anything related to wildlife that used to be popular. Things like tortoiseshell, you can't really sell it anymore. Ivory, you can't sell it anymore. I can go back and forth and argue and say the piece is 150 years old, it doesn't matter. There's a couple of people who might have bought some ivory things today. It's illegal, but they're not looking for you. So you don't have to worry. They're looking for the stores that promote the killing of the elephants. And it's a tricky situation. I love elephants, but I'm also an art guy, so I love history. But laws are laws. Leopard fur is illegal. Coral is legal now, but there are processes going into place now where coral might even be considered poaching. So coral is another problem. The reason leopard is illegal, does anyone know why leopard furs are illegal? What sparked everything? John F. Kennedy's wife, Jackie, decided one day to go out in leopard fur. So what happened? Every housewife in America went to wear a leopard fur. She almost killed the entire species. So they made it illegal, and that's part of the law. So endangered species is the first part of things that don't sell anymore. Next, porcelain figurines, hummels, dolphins, yadros, Copenhagen figures. Everyone in this room either had them, or someone had them, or parents, sisters. The kids don't want to dust these things for the rest of their life. It's a lazy generation. It's not much else to say. It's a less is more world. These kids are, they just don't want to work. It's tough. It's my generation, so it is what it is. To sell it is tricky. A hummel that used to go for $100 is now $10. And if I have to buy it, I have to buy it at 5 or groups of them. They used to say full Bs are worth more than the other ones. I could go on for a million years about proper research, because if you look on eBay, someone's selling them for 100, someone's selling 50. The actual value for most normal hummels is about $5 or $10. And maybe if you're lucky, you get 20, and then you ship it with breaks, and then they go crazy. It's a nightmare. So those things are very difficult to sell unless you sell them in bulk. So I'll go to my house, I'll buy 20 hummels, maybe $100, and I don't even want to do it. But I'm in there anyway. So we'll go over a few things, but that's just one example of things that don't sell. Another thing that is tricky is brown furniture, mahogany, oak, great fronts, curio cabinets. Why? Because they hold the porcelain figurines that you don't use. So it makes it a little bit difficult. Next on the list, besides the brown furniture, and regarding brown furniture, it also takes up a lot of space, and it's heavy. These days, people want to move 10 times. They want to rent, they don't want to buy, they don't want to bring all this heavy stuff around with them. So it makes it tricky. When it comes to artwork, next on the list, the beautiful gold frames that used to be popular, and ornate. Ornate is gone. Art Nouveau is gone. They don't want that too much, too ornate, too much going on, not popular. So like people all the time, they go to the house, the frame alone is worth $1,000. It used to be. When my father was doing this, it used to be. How come that people don't want to buy dishes? They're not entertaining. What more specific? What do kids not want to do? You can't put them in the dishwasher. You can sometimes maybe take a chance. Waterford, maybe take a chance. You might chip. If it's Colleen, it's a little bit better pattern. It's thicker. Liz more probably won't make it in the dishwasher. But what else? I mean, I don't know about you, but why else would the kids not want to use these dishes? Microwave. Well, the 5 pounds, they still like dishes, but yeah, it would blow up in the microwave. Yes, ma'am. Some of the old dishes did have lead. Silver's a tough one. Again, lazy generation, you're not going to shine it. I mean, most of the people in this room can tell me the color of silver polish. What's the color? Pink. Pink, that's right. What does it smell like? What's this? What is it? Anyone know what it smells like particularly? I mean, when I was a kid, I did it a little bit. Rotten eggs. It smells like rotten eggs. I don't know if your children or grandchildren are planning on polishing and putting that elbow grease in it, because I haven't done it myself in 20 years. The list is pretty long of the items that don't sell. But listen, there's light at the end of the tunnel. It's not everything. And I've been in houses where I do the whole walkthrough, I check everything out, and at the end of the meeting, I'm saying, listen, I'm sorry, there's absolutely nothing in the house worth any money. And they give me a hug. And I'm like, why are you hugging me? And the reason they're hugging me is because now they know that they're not giving away the Mona Lisa. It's peace of mind. So I'm surprised at that, but it's happened more than once.
Please subscribe so you don't miss any future videos.